Welcome to this video with me, Duncan Williamson, in which I analyse some of the aircraft details of Thai Airways and Thai Smile Airways. The reason for the video is that yesterday I read a report about Thai Airways and Thai Smile that they were expanding their fleet or wanted to expand their fleet, and they talked about the current fleet and their dreams for expansion, remembering that Thai Airways is in bankruptcy protection and restructuring and so on. And so I thought I'd take a look at what flightradar24.com says is the fleet of Thai Airways and Thai Smile, and then take a detailed look at each of the aircraft that they operate, and then do a random sample each of the airlines, and then take a more detailed look at 5 of the aeroplanes from each of the airlines. It's all quite straightforward. And on the sheet you can see here in A2 and A3, I've put down the link to, firstly, Thai Airways fleet on flightradar.com. You need to be a subscriber to get this information. I am. And similarly in A3, the link to the Thai Smile fleet. And what you find when you get there is, as you can see here, I have tidied this a little bit. I've just stripped out some of the headings and some of the section headings. And what we see here is, first of all, the airlines, all Thai Airways initially, and you get the registration, the tailplane number of the aeroplane. So when you look at an aeroplane side on, front here, back there, and then just here, right at the end, on the tail, you'll see HSTEN. That's an Airbus A330-343, 13 years old. Manufacturer's serial number, MSN, let me just expand that a little bit, 990. What we're interested in is generally the aircraft type and how many of them there are. And it comes across like this then. So Thai Airways, HS for Thailand, and then individual airplanes. So the first 2 are 343s, then A350-900, Boeing 777-2D7, extended range, several of them, then 777-300, extended range, and so on. Then there's 2 types of Dreamliner in the fleet, the 787-800, 787-900, and then we get down to Thai Smile, and they're typical of a low-cost, no-frills airline. They're operating all the same planes, and as it happens, they're all A320-232s. And do take a look at the age as we've gone down this. There's not a lot of aeroplanes, but the numbers I've got here from flightradar24.com are different from what's in the newspaper article. They say 61 planes. Well, I've got 51 planes according to Thai Airways, and then 20 for Thai Smile. I'm not worried about the numbers. They are what they are. I then did that to it. I put all the data in an Excel table, as you can see, and I created a column of numbers. You'll see why in a second. Just ordinary everyday numbers based on the sequence function, 51 for Thai Airways, and then a separate 20 for Thai Smile. And while I was here, what I did was, as you can see, that says type abbreviation. I abbreviated the type to give it its main classification name, which is an A330, an A350, all the way down to an A320 for the Thai Smile. There are 2 A330s for Thai Airways, 12, 6, 23, and 8. And the average age of these groups are, as you can see, in years, 13, 4.75, down to 7, and the average age of a Thai Smile aeroplane is 8.65 years. I then went on to a detailed analysis by doing this. I created random numbers, and I did the same with Thai Smile, 5 random numbers. But anyway, I've now got the registration numbers of the 5 aircraft that I'm sampling randomly. And in the case of Thai Smile, it's 5 sample out of 20, which is quite a bit better. And then I created this. Again, because I subscribe to flightradar24.com, I can go and get the detail for this first aircraft, HSTTC 777-777-300, half a year old, I can then go and find out which flights it's taken, which routes it's provided, and it's gone in the last year. Remembering it's only half a year old, well, actually we now know it's more than half a year old because its first flight was there, must be the delivery flight, 27th of February 2022. So all of these flights are non-commercial, but never mind. Its first commercial flight, 9th of May, Bangkok to Hong Kong. So you get all this detail. For someone like me, that's really interesting. I like this sort of stuff. And so I'm able to work out how many flights it took in the last 12 months, 405. What's the total flying time? This flight time column, what's the total of that? Notice it's a sum function. I felt the need to put value around it because I wasn't too sure I was getting the right answer. Actually, if you didn't put value around it, I think it would be fine. But here's the thing. If I copy that function, the sum function for column E, put it somewhere away from that table which I've formatted, it gives me 5 hours and 43 minutes. It obviously isn't, because the first flight alone, or the last flight alone, is nearly 7 hours. I do this. Watch this. I do this here, the same as I've done there already. Right click, format cells. Here, I need to tell it that it's not just hours and minutes. Since I'm adding time together, Excel works this way. You must put square brackets around the letter H. Otherwise what it does is it adds together number till it gets to 24, then it trips back to 0, gets to 24. It does that. But when you program it, square bracket, H square bracket, there, it will add them together in the way that you wish. Let me Control Z away from that. That's format cells feature. Start date, 2012-2022. End date, 27/2/2022. So that's the first and the last dates in column A. And from there, what I'm able to do is to, again, I put the value there because, I was a little bit unsure as I was working through this, that L9 minus L10 gives me the number of days. Monday, Tuesday through to Sunday. So all days in that time. If this aeroplane was working all day, every day, how many days would it be? And it's the sum of L9 minus L10. But because I've got flying time in hours here, I thought it might be useful to calculate not just the number of days. Do notice I didn't multiply by 24. I did it this way. So I did that calculation, and let me do that down here. Let me do the calculation down here, just to prove a point. I'll do it down here where I've not formatted anything. And that's the number of days. But I've got 7,104 hours. Now, how did that work? Well, the answer is, I'll do the same again. If I right-click that cell and format cells, custom, and I do the same again, and actually, because I've done it already, it remembers. I can use that square bracket. So I can format that as sum of all hours. I click OK, and it gives me that in 200 and whatever it was days, 296 days, there are 7,104 hours. Magic, isn't it? No calculation needed. Is it true though? Well, let's try. Equals 296 times 24, 24 hours in a day. It's the right answer. What I then did was, I wanted to know if it's flying 2861 hours 43 minutes and there were 7,104 hours available, maximum possible flying time, what is this as a percentage of this? The answer is L8 divided by L11, and it's a 40%. So there's about 60% of the time it's not flying, on the ground, taxiing, being maintained, who knows what's happening to it. Format hours as square bracket hours, and then do the calculation L8 as a percentage of L11, and you will get the right answer. That's what I did for every aircraft. Finally, I wanted to summarize what I've found. So there's my sample of 5, and I did it here just to be different. So I got down to the flying time, percentage of available hours. I got down to there. Then I added 3 more, and I did these on this sheet. I could have put them there, but I didn't, just for no reason really. And actually I could go back and do that. And what I did was average flying time per flight. There you are, C6 divided by C5. On average, these aircraft are flying, this aircraft is flying 7 hours per flight. 3 hours 52 minutes, 7 hours, 7 hours, 4 hours. I then show the number of days. Number of days, I've shown that separately. Is it the same? Yeah, it's nearly the same calculation. Nearly. Now it is the same calculation, but I brought it in a different way. I've done it live here and formatted it as a general number. And then finally, number of flights per day. 405 flights divided by 296. So each aircraft is flying 1 and a bit times every day. 1.6, 1.27. There's information about operational details for individual aeroplanes. If you're deeply into aeroplanes and airlines and so on, I'm sure there are many things you can think of that I haven't thought of. But as a simple introduction, we've now got some idea of the utilisation of Thai Airways aircraft, especially the 777s. I did the same for Thai Smile, same, and then I added, well, look, and by the way, look at this one. Flying time as a percentage of available hours. Flying time as a percentage of available hours, only 2.73. Take a look at that one. Are you worried? Then look at this one. TXN, again, it's an A320. 1,817 flights, but average flying time compared to 7,4,7,7,4, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. What does that tell you? Short haul, very short haul. That's why they're all A320s. They're not going very far. Not a criticism. It's a different style of operation. Let's call this commercial, and this is low cost, low frills. Number of days in available, 103, and they had 63 flights, so that's 0.6 flights a day on average, but 5 flights a day compared to 1 and a bit, 6 flights a day compared to 1 and a bit, 6 flights, nearly 5 flights. That tells you something as well. So operationally, you can compare Thai Airways, Thai Smart Airways, and see that they're different from that point of view alone. Also, from the random sample point of view, we've now got our information on capacity utilisation, we call it. 40, 26, 39, 42, 29, maximum around about 40. Capacity utilisation in this case, 3, 23, 29, 27, 22. So many flights, lots of flights, but utilisation, they're up and down in an hour, then they're on the ground. An hour or two, up, down, they're not utilised very much. Or maybe, I should say, since I don't work in the aircraft industry, the airline industry, it could be that these are perfectly acceptable KPIs. This is what you expect. Okay, well there we are. That's my analysis. Based on the news report that Thai Airways is looking to expand because passenger numbers are coming back in droves, and that's what I found. As a matter of no interest whatsoever, I went on Thai Airways flight from Heathrow to Bangkok just 10 days ago. Nice flight, A350, very nice flight. Anyway, there you are. Thanks for watching. With me, Duncan Williamson. See you again.